A man driving through the desert saw something he couldn't believe, a tiny Mustang Foal standing alone on the road, trembling and near death. What happened next would change both of their lives forever. If you're watching this story unfold, we want to hear from you. What would you have done in that moment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story moving, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real-life tales of courage. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful story. Now, let's go back to the beginning. It was a blistering afternoon in the Arizona desert. The sun beat down on Highway 89 like fire, turning the asphalt into a shimmering mirage. Dust swirled in the wind as Dr. Cole Bennett drove his old pickup toward Prescott after a long day at a cattle ranch. He'd made this drive dozens of times, same endless sky, same dry hills, same quiet road. Cole was tired, but the familiar country tune crackling through his radio kept him company. Then, out of nowhere, something small caught his eye in the middle of the highway. He squinted and instinctively slowed down. At first, he thought it might be a stray dog or a coyote cub, but as he got closer, his breath caught. Standing alone in the center of the road was a baby Mustang, no older than 2 months. Its chestnut coat glinted in the sunlight, its mane wild and tangled. It looked exhausted, ribs showing beneath its thin frame, legs trembling. The poor thing barely moved, just stood there with its head hanging low and eyes glazed from dehydration and fear. Cole pulled over quickly, his heart pounding. As a rural vet, he'd seen all kinds of animals in distress, but never a wild foal like this. Not here, and not alone. Where was the herd? Where was its mother? He stepped out slowly, careful not to startle the little one. But the foal didn't run. That told him everything. It was too weak to escape, too scared to move. Then he noticed the tire tracks, fresh ones. Vehicles had passed by, many of them. How long had this baby been standing here, ignored and alone? Cole whispered gently, "Easy, buddy, I'm here now." He reached into his truck and grabbed a bottle of water mixed with electrolytes. Moving cautiously, he offered it. The foal hesitated, then drank, its muzzle trembling against the bottle. It was desperate. Cole called the Bureau of Land Management, but they said it would take hours to send help hours. The foal didn't have. Thunder rumbled in the distance as clouds rolled in fast. A desert storm was coming, sudden, violent, deadly. Flash floods could turn the road into a river within minutes. The foal pressed close to Cole's truck, shivering, ears pinned back. Lightning lit up the sky, and the first raindrops hit hard, each one raising a puff of dust. Cole made a decision. He opened the back of his truck and lined it with blankets. To his amazement, the foal climbed in without protest. Wild horses usually ran from humans, but this one, it trusted him completely. As the storm unleashed, drenching the desert in sheets of rain, Cole veered off the highway toward an old, abandoned barn he remembered seeing a few miles back. In the truck bed, the foal huddled under the blankets, eyes wide with fear. Then, as lightning flashed again, Cole noticed something, numbers carved into the foal's shoulder, faint but unmistakable. This wasn't just a lost foal. It had been branded. Cole's stomach dropped. Legal agencies didn't brand Mustangs like that. This was something else, something illegal. He realized the baby had likely escaped from people who had no right to capture it in the first place. Just then, headlights paired behind him through the storm, slow moving. Watching. The foal stiffened, trembling violently. It knew who was coming. Cole's pulse quickened. He pressed the gas, taking sharp turns down dirt roads he barely remembered. The headlights followed, relentless. They weren't backing off. Through the rain and thunder, Cole pushed forward. He needed help, and fast. Back on the main road, he raced toward town. The pursuing truck stayed close. Then his phone rang. It was the Bureau of Land Management. "Dr. Bennett," came the voice on the line. "We've been tracking reports of horse rustlers across the state. If what you found is connected, you're in danger." Cole tightened his grip on the wheel. He wasn't just saving a foal anymore. He was protecting evidence, a victim, a symbol. And those men wanted it back. Suddenly, the foal let out a cry, not of fear, but defiance. A sound that echoed across the stormy night like a battle cry. Cole looked in the rearview mirror. The foal stared back, eyes full of something deeper than survival-hope. He drove harder. The lights of town were near. So was help. When they finally reached the outskirts of Prescott, police cars were waiting. FBI agents arrived moments later. The chase ended quickly. The men in the truck were arrested. The foal was safe, but his fight wasn't over. At the processing center, federal vets confirmed the worst: malnutrition, infection, trauma. Holding facilities wouldn't be enough. Cole spoke up. "I can care for him," he said. "I'll make sure he's healthy for the trial. I won't let him lose his freedom again." After some hesitation, they agreed. 3 months later, Cole stood at the edge of his new rescue ranch, watching the once weak foal race across the field, strong, free, healed. He named him Freedom. Freedom galloped with joy, hooves kicking up dust, mane flowing like silk in the wind. His scars were fading, and so were the memories of pain. Cole had applied to officially adopt Freedom through the BLN program, and they accepted. More than that, they asked to turn his ranch into a sanctuary for other rescued Mustangs. Freedom wasn't just saved. He became a symbol of hope, resilience, and second chances. Because here's the truth: compassion changes lives, not just for others, but for ourselves. Sometimes saving someone else helps us find our own purpose. So, what would you have done if you saw a helpless foal on the road? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if Freedom's journey touched your heart. Subscribe for more stories that remind us why every life matters. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this again.